And so now how did you two ladies like meet to eventually create this ministry?
Wow, years ago, like in 2017, our paths started crossing because we were both doing outreach events where we would host moms events as kind of community give back.
Moms with special needs.
Moms with special needs.
Okay.
And so we started with that, and then Julie and I kind of joined forces, and we started doing that. We were going and rotating different cities, hosting like 100 moms at a time. Moms kept saying, when are you coming back? And so it was kind of a once-a-year thing. And so we were doing this, and then we really felt like, okay, we're kind of like talking about, we're giving them a one night of hope. What are we connecting in between this one night a year? And so the pandemic happened. We had to cancel a lot of our events, and we just had people reaching out and about how they were feeling. So we had the first Zoom, before we knew how to use Zoom, call, a virtual, and we had about 500 people jump on, and we crashed what we were doing. And Julie and I had to separate and tell everybody to jump off, and then come on these two different calls, and we did them simultaneously instead of together. And then the moms didn't want to end the conversations, and they wanted to stay in groups afterwards. And we started having these groups. And so at a certain point, we were like, okay, this is real, and we need to now have a nonprofit.
Like God's doing something.
God's
doing something
amazing.
People always say, what is God's call for my life? I go, what is he sending to you?
Right.
What is he sending to you?
Open the door.
That's usually an indication. So he was sending you special needs moms with big hearts and like dreams and problems and stuff and questions and all of that. So you started, what's the name of your organization now?
It's Labeled and Loved.
Labeledandloved dot what?
.org.
Labeled and Loved is the and word and?
A-N-D. Mm-hmm.
Okay, A-N-D. Labeledandloved.org. Okay, so for all of you who do, go there. Okay, support these ladies and help them out. But tell us about Labeled and Loved.
Yeah, I mean...
And what did it grow into? Okay, started on a Zoom group.
Yeah, we started on a Zoom group. We started with these one-night events, and every mom would say, oh, I wish we could do more. I wish this could be longer. I'm just starting to relax. And so we decided to do a 3-day retreat.
Oh, wow.
And that retreat is, we walk these moms.
With just one parent or both parents or the whole family?
Just the mom.
Just the mom.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, good.
Yeah, we realized...
Someone's got to watch the children, right?
Yeah, someone has to watch the children. And we realized there's over 20 million families living with disability in the country.
Oh, wow. Do you have a mission field?
Well, and what happens is they become isolated. So they get hurt by whoever, their friends, their family,
whatever,
church, it doesn't matter. They begin to isolate themselves. And so we do this retreat to bring them out of that isolation, put them in a room, and first we allow them to realize, I have a space to belong. And we show them Jesus's unconditional love. I mean, that is our prayer for every event. They walk in and they feel his presence. And they feel this love because they feel judged and they don't feel accepted anywhere. And we're like, this is your place.
Right, they're in a room where they don't have to explain who they are.
You don't explain. You just walk in, and then we start to take them, like we talked about before, through the expectations of, okay, let's look at your motherhood and what did you expect, and let's begin to release those expectations, and then let's find the joy in the little things. What is God doing in your life, or what can you see that you can celebrate? Because every day he's showing himself, and every day there's a reason to celebrate. You just have to really truly look for it. And then we focus on the community, because without community we weren't made to do this alone.
No, not at all.
So we allow them to really quickly build deep friendships. And so every minute...
Oh, instantaneously.
Yes.
Those girls are picking up numbers. Like, I've done stuff for like Partners of Addicts, and you get women who are in the similar pain in the same room. You get about 100 of them. 50 of them have phone numbers of each other. I mean, they're just going to connect and say, oh, I need to talk to you. You're in Alabama.
Powerful. I'm
in Florida, but let's Zoom, let's call, let's chat. How was your day? And then you start building. That's kind of what you're talking about, what's happening.
That's exactly what we're talking about, yeah.
So they start building a network.
And regardless of diagnosis, their journeys are so similar. So we don't focus on that. And we represent about 144 different diagnoses across 38 different states.
Wow.
And so it's just amazing to find these women together, and they get to journey this life together.
And so they probably get to share research and resources and nutritional things and things that their doctor, clinician, or therapist, or physical therapist, or somebody share with them. And I'm thinking there's a lot of intersharing going on here, which is beautiful. Okay, now, how are we getting into churches? Like, are you being invited to churches?
So
how can they invite you to church? Because I think you need a place to put 200 or 300 people. Well, all churches have that, and they're only using the building on Sunday, right? So
we have a program called Faith and Friendship.
Faith and Friendship, and that's on the website.
Yes, there is through our sisterhood circles. So we have moms that will start a circle and become a support sister, and we give them training. And then they form a circle.
So they
like
go to
a Bible study.
labeledandlove.org. And they can become a
support sister.
A support sister.
Of sisterhood circles.
So a little sisterhood.
And when she's supported by her community, that opens her up. It fills her cup.
Totally.
And it opens her up then to better love her husband and better love her other kids and better care for the
That's
family.
why I want them to get to your group.
Yeah.
Because like it helps the marriage and it helps the rest of the kids.
Yep.
You know, I'm a psychologist, and so I know like if mom feels she's got some strength, even if it's just time to go work out, read her Bible, or go for a walk on a consistent basis and have her brain clear where she's not being called mommy. You know, all of these things help. But to have a girlfriend who you can call on the cell phone while you walk and say, how's it going for you? Ooh, I'm glad I'm not you today. My day's fine. Right?
Well, and then reminding us that the Lord loves you and he's here for you. Because I do think that you're sometimes how you feel isn't truth, right?
Right. No, feelings aren't truth. I tell people all the time.
And I feel like in that armor of God, when he talks about salvation is like the helmet, right? And that's like protecting your mind.
Yes.
Realizing that salvation doesn't go anywhere. Just because your heart feels like you're abandoned, you're let down. That's not the
true.
Lord.
It's not
that's
true,
not your salvation, right? And so I think in our Bible studies, because that's what they're getting once a month with these organized groups, is it's constantly putting that in the front of your mind. That what you're walking through and the hard things, we're going to do it together. And we're also going to remember that the Lord is with us and what opportunities is.
So we only got a couple minutes left. How would both of you, I want you to look in the camera just for a moment, and I want you to encourage churches and people in churches on what they can do as far as next steps.
I think just developing the heart and asking, what can we do? And what does that look like? Recognizing that when we're able to meet the needs of a special needs child, we are meeting the needs of an entire family system. And those families need the opportunities to be in church and be in their communities, and at the end of the day, feel loved. And we talk about the mom and the family receives a label with that diagnosis. And we want the church to extend and say, regardless of that label, you are loved. And what can we do to help you?
It's beautiful. Julie, what would you want to say?
I would just, if they don't have any type of special needs ministry, just asking the parent, what do you need? How can we partner? Really see yourself as a partner. And then realize the value of the child. That child actually brings so much to your church. If you allow them to be visible and if you serve them, there are people that child can reach that you can't reach. There are people walking in the door that have built walls so high and they see a beautiful child, maybe with Down syndrome, in the front just worshiping Jesus, and they know they can trust that. When they see that, they can trust that. So just know that these families bring a lot to your church and they can reach people that you can't.
Amen. I love that. So, you know, I just want to share with you, this is an opportunity. This is a mission field. Okay. They're isolated. They feel abandoned. Okay. And some of them are lost. And wouldn't it be cool if they had to come to church to be loved on? Wouldn't that just be the coolest thing? And then you find out that they can receive Christ, and now you've broken chains that weren't seen off of this family, and they get to live eternally with Jesus Christ. I'm just going to encourage you. You know why we do healing times. It's for this reason.